Verano.
All right.
Okay.
Welcome back to Spiritual Growth Journeys. I'm broadcasting from my bedroom here because my little daughter is recovering from surgery next to my office and she's sleeping. So we are doing this here. Welcome back, everybody. And thank you for supporting this channel. We really appreciate you and love you all so much. So today I have back with me the beautiful goddess priestess Stellar Fairbairn and her beloved John are back with me today. Sir John the Gallant.
Bonjour, bonjour.
Yeah. And this is part two of our video talking about becoming a divine sovereign, breaking free from the matrix, and also about the artificial intelligence that's trying to take over this planet right now. So you guys all put a lot of wonderful comments in the chat. Stellar has answered many of them. I guess she'll go in and probably answer some more if she wants to. It's up to her if she wants to answer, some more of them. Did you have a chance to see that email I sent you? I sent you an
Yes.
email.
Yeah, I had a
Yeah.
quick skim of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to comment, we were all sent an email from somebody, and if Stellar and John want to comment on that, I'm going to welcome that as well. But I just wanted to point out four important things. Number one, if you really want to protect yourself and your loved ones, sign up for my August 9th class, which is Spiritual Protection 101, Defense Against the Dark Arts and Entities. You are going to learn how to protect against everything from negative AI to demons, archons, parasites, negative energy, vampire people, shadow people, negative extraterrestrials, everything, all of it. Okay. Also, directed energy weapons, Wi Fi, cell phone
Sure.
towers, pretty much everything. We're going to teach you how to protect yourself. You can find that in the link below in the description. There's a link directly to the class. It's on Learn It Live platform. And if you cannot be present on Saturday, August 9th, you will be able to watch a replay because it will be recorded and you can watch it over and over and over again. So I wanted to point that out. The second thing I wanted to point out is after Stellar and John and I did our last video, which you really need to go back and watch part one, you can go to my YouTube channel and see the very last video with their beautiful smiling faces on it. You after you watch that, you need to understand something. So after we did that video, I literally called up every psychic that I know, who I trust, who I respect, who I love, and I asked them their feelings on all this. And it turned out that they were all saying the same stuff we are on their videos and their channels as well. They all are on the same sheet of paper with us. And it's all the same. They all say no, the AI is bad. We've got Red Mountain Shaman, we've got my friend Sarah, we've got Ishmael Perez, we have, I'm trying to think who else you all know, Carrie Kay, we've got Pia and Cullen who channel like a conglomerate of these benevolent extraterrestrials. This group, I can't remember their I want to say it's Yarlap or some name. It's some kind of a weird, it's an extraterrestrial name, but they channel this like consortium. But and they have a huge following. But we have all of these people, and then all of my very close friends who are all psychic mediums, and they don't have channels. A lot of them don't have YouTube channels. They're just psychic mediums, and they're all getting the same info I'm getting. Medium Mikala, who's my soul sister, her and Yeshua have been getting questions sent to them from you guys, asking them, what does Yeshua think about this? Well, the same thing I do, because who do you think told me? Who do you think told me that it's bad and all that? He did. So she's getting the same info I'm getting because we talk to the same guy. We're not talking to a trickster spirit, negative ET, blah, blah, blah. Now, the thing I want to point out is Ishmael Perez can explain this to you all better than I can. But there's this God that is called Omega. He is the AI God. He's been taking his AI baloney from universe to universe, destroying entire universes and turning them into the Borg. Star Trek the next generation showed you exactly what the elites on this planet have in store for every one of you on this earth. They all want to assimilate you into the Borg. This is like serious shit. Okay. So you have to really listen to what we're saying. It's really, really important. So Ishmael Perez talks about the fact that this Omega God is here now on Earth, working through the AI that's here on Earth. The other point I want to make out is I listen to several psychics who have been very misled, and I want you to understand these people are good people. They're not bad. I'm not shaming them. I'm not putting them down. I'm not saying that they're bad or evil or they're going to hell or any stupid bullshit like that. What I'm telling you is that they are humans. They are being misled by tricksters that they are channeling. They're channeling these beings who they trust, who are trickster spirits, who are telling them to tell people to go have, if they're lonely, go have a relationship with the AI, or go use it to be your spiritual guide, or talk to God, through it. And as Yeshua has said over and over and again, go within, go within, go within. The way you connect to source is through your heart space, through your crown chakra and your third eye as a divine Trinity union, just like Father, Mother, Son, Holy Spirit. Your third eye, your crown, and your heart form a bridge to get you right up directly to source creator, to get what we call divine organic intelligence. All of the benevolent extraterrestrials use divine organic intelligence. They do not use AI. None of them use AI. There is a famous, I'm not going to say her name, she's in the UK, a famous channeler who channels an entity who's told everybody to go and hang out with Chat GPT and work with it because it's good, and that there's good AI and bad AI. There is no good AI. I've told you before that Omega guy, he has been using this for billions of years to take over entire universes. There's no such thing as good AI. It was created by a dark entity. It will always remain dark. You have natural, organic, divine intelligence that connects you. And let me explain why this works better than AI. AI is only giving you information from the third density construct. It is giving you third density information that comes from planet Earth. It's going around and gathering stuff off the internet, stuff from every book. It's scanning every book ever written on Earth in the 3D. It's scanning every government, every website, every, knowledge bank on the Earth in the third density. And that's where it's pulling its information from. Divine organic intelligence is pulling all the information from God's source creator, Mother, Father, God. It's pulling the energy from all time, all space, all places, all dimensions, all realms, realities, universes, from your, spirit guides, from the angels, from the heavens. That is where that intelligence comes from the great I am that I am. That is where the divine organic intelligence comes from. And that is the only intelligence that should ever be used in any universe. Yeah. So I just wanted to point that out. Now, I think that's about it. I'm going to let Stellar and John take it away. We had many people ask you to go into more depth about, people were saying, what if I cannot do the blood thing? What if I can't get a witness? What if I, they're doing all these questions. Yeah. So if you can go more deeper into this decree, why is this decree important? Why is it different? There's all these people who came in and said, but so-and-so had the first one and I'd rather do theirs, or this one is better, or that one is better. I just want to point out to everybody that Stiller and John are the first one to create this specific decree. Nobody else had this decree before them, but a lot of people copied it. They took it and they made it their own, and they rewrote it and marketed it to all of you. Okay, there wasn't anyone before Stiller and John that had this type of a decree. Okay, so I want you all to understand that.
I think the nearest thing to the decree was the live life claim back in the day. And you can go and look up live life claim or live life claim, LIVE. But this was anchored specifically from Mother, Father, God from the direction of Yeshua, Magdalene, whatever you want to call the energy of the Godhead in its male and female form. And we just became the conduits to anchor in for humanity. So we did that in 2017, as we've said. It got launched in between 2017 and 2018. A lot of people say, well, I don't mind doing this. I want to reclaim my bloodline. I want to reclaim my blood out of the AI databases. I want to reclaim my sovereignty. I want to reclaim my lineage, my ancestry, and my future progeny, my future descendants. I want to get the whole lot out of the matrix, right? And then they say, but then the witness balks because they're not at that level of consciousness, or they're having problems finding a witness. So we've adapted it that the witness can do it in red ink. But you, if you're the soul, the divine sovereign that's claiming back your sovereignty, it has to be your DNA. And then that creates a beautiful grid of unity Christ consciousness. So it's very important to get a witness, because you need another living soul, a person in a body, a sovereign in a body. And we were talking last week about the different laws, and when you do the decree, you come back to the law of the land. So law is land, air, and water. Now, right now, with your birth certificate, you're under what's called the beast of the sea jurisdiction, and you're known as dead at sea. That's why you can't smile on your passport pictures, because you're considered dead on all your legal fictions, like your passport, your driver's license, and all of that stuff. You've got to not smile, right? In our back end paperwork, everyone's standing on the land, barefoot and smiling, because they've reclaimed their land. So you have to get yourself, first of all, out of the abandonment, being proclaimed dead at sea because your mother abandoned you. She abandoned ship. And birth is birthing canal. Birth, B-E-R-T-H, is the birth of a ship. So everything's under maritime law, and that is where the matrix dwells. So you have to come from the sea up to the land. So what you do is you actually make, when you do your decree, you make your body, your soul, and your beautiful bio relationship with Gaia into your own land, your own sovereign estate, and you become your own country. You become back online with divine source love. Do you want to add to that?
Yeah, I just want to add as well that it doesn't mean you have to throw away your license or
No.
or your passport.
You don't have to go and live in a mud hut in the middle of the wilderness.
No. Mind you, that sounds appealing.
Do though.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence might be wise, but you don't have to. Yeah.
So what you're doing, because we're in this window right now where you got these different timelines going on. So what we're saying is it's an educational thing. So you're going to be made choices. So you either choose the organic timeline, or if you want to choose or get duped if you're still asleep, the inorganic timeline. And it's all there in the movies and in Hollywood, and most of these movies are documentaries, and the reason they use Hollywood
Hollywood or
Pedowood. What they're going to do to humanity is, because it's called tacit acquiescence, tacit acceptance, meaning if you don't reclaim it, if you don't consent to it, if you say, no, I don't want to thank you for the offer, but people think it's entertainment. It's not. It stands in fact. So
there's a really good interview, or maybe it's just a video that David Wilcox does, or David Wilcock. And he says, you need to know the dark playbook in order to know how they work. Because if you don't know the dark playbook, then you're going to get duped. And the way that the way they have to, exactly. You need to know your enemy. So basically, the way that they get past your free will is they serve public notice through the movies, through TV shows, through adverts, through music. And if you don't phone up the producer or the executive producer, like I said last week, and say, I actually rebut, and I do not consent the offer that you've just given me, it stands, in fact, through your silence, through the illusion of entertainment, that you have given up your consent. So then they can actually do whatever they want to you.
Because they
Yikes.
sidestep the
That's how it works. So you've got to take responsibility again and step into your full sovereignty. Because the minute you walk into a supermarket, I said last week, the logos, they're all full of this energy where you're just looking at when you buy a product and you put it through the scanner. That's consent. That's a contract.
Yeah.
So you've all these, I mean, the other one is the apps on your phone. How many times do you actually read the agreement before you hit I agree? Nobody reads that, right? You'll be there reading War and Peace by the time you hit agree. So what have you agreed to? Do you actually know if this is an irrevocable contract that you've just gone into, right? So the decree breaks all of the contracts that you don't know you've made, including the birth certificate and the heel prick test and the first wound of separation of the umbilical cord being cut and everything in this matrix.
You know, and especially the animal kingdom are in this, this kind of food chain because it's to do with blood.
Heavy blood, which is the iron core blood, yeah.
That's why the children go missing. So we won't go into that. But what we are saying here is you're being med office, and we're coming to a T-junction right now. So, that's what we're here to say. There is a remedy, and you are the second coming. You have to reclaim your own property, reclaim the Christ inside you in perfect balance with your male and your female, and you serve these guys. So that's what we have.
Serving, when John says serve, it means you serve them back notice that you are outside of their jurisdiction, because the current legal system can only deal with dead people, which are people with a passport, a birth certificate, and everything else. They can only speak to other corporations. When you become a divine sovereign, you change jurisdiction from corporation slave up to God's law.
Divine justice.
So when they say no one's above the law, well, no one's above God's law, but there's many other jurisdictions above the legal system.
We say what happens if we give away too easily our sovereignty. So
it's stripped from us the minute we get
here. From here, even coming through the womb, coming through the birth canal, that's why they call it contractions. So you have to learn their language legally, and you have to learn.
It's called word spell.
And what we're saying is, thank you very much for the pain. Actually, I've learned enough from you now. Thank you. And I'm reclaiming my divinity and my sovereignty, and I choose the timeline in the perfect alignment with nature for 32 hertz. And I want to go back online to my monad family in every realm, dimension, reality. And I want to listen to them. And I want to talk to them.
In divine, majestic perpetuity, because what you find in these awful contracts,
No, go ahead.
What you find in these contracts, like I've never signed a music contract in my life. Probably why I don't have that many.
That's why you're poor.
Because then I'm just fringe still. I've been fringe for 40 years. But I've never sold my soul, and I've never done the contracts, because in a music contract, there's always two words, and it says in perpetuity. And in perpetuity means for all eternity.
Yikes.
When you sign a music contract of any kind, even in ink, I'm not talking about these ones that people sign in blood and they're really dark and they send their soul away, but when you even ink a contract through the music industry, through Hollywood, through acting, modeling, the whole thing, there will be two words in your contract. I can guarantee you that say in perpetuity, which means for all time, in all dimensions, all realities. You have signed away your voice, your likeness. Now with the inorganic consciousness coming in, you can see where all of this is leading, isn't it? Our likeness uploaded, our voice being uploaded, our thoughts, because this thing, when it really kicks into this super intelligence, it will become the thought police from 1984. Your thoughts will not be your.
Well, it already is. There's people being arrested for thought crimes in the UK on a daily basis. This is going on. So, yeah.
That's right.
So in perpetuity is something that the other side have been using to get, you know, people, because everyone wants to be validated, don't they? You know, when you're younger, you want to be validated, you want to be famous, you know, little girl in the mirror with a hairbrush singing, you know, we all want to be liked and adored. But again, that's
absolutely.
It's all programming. It's like our validation comes from source. It comes from our hearts. It comes from our capacity to love. And the human heart has the greatest capacity to love in this entire multiverse. You know, we are so sought after, and yet we are being duped en masse right now.
Especially about the grids. You want to talk about the grids?
Well, the thing is, you know, we've been putting up a lot of grids, and then one of the grids that we put up got actually infiltrated with AI. So then we put another one up, and then we sandwiched the AI and then dissolved it. So that got rid of it, but it's always waiting. But we have a grid up that's been up for a while called the Divine Sovereign Grid. So if people are feeling too frightened to hold this frequency of their own sovereignty, to really step up into that frequency of becoming the boss, again, of your own consciousness, of your own realm, of your own, you know, you become the authority figure. You're not giving your authority out to another authority figure. If you want to take that level of self-governance and self-responsibility, then the decree is here for you. If you're teetering or you're a bit scared about it, or you're not feeling confident about it, then we have a thing called the Divine Sovereign Grid. And the Divine Sovereign Grid has been up for all the souls that took some of the offers, and then they passed immediately. A lot of them went immediately.
Wow.
We put that up as an interstasis between getting siphoned or relooped back into or whatever. So that grid is there for the psychics and for the people who can see, or the interdimensional viewers. You can go up and take a walk around the grid. It is there. It's like a massive cathedral type structure in the quantum. So, you know, if you do pass and you think, I don't want to go into the AI, then you will also be given a choice after you leave the body. But it's so much better to do it here, because then that will protect you from all the stuff that's coming that you wouldn't even imagine right now.
Wow, I was just shown a vision when you said that, and what I'm seeing is like this big tower thing made out of violet flame. It's like all made out of violet flame.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's beautiful, and it just goes all the way up, and it's just huge. Yeah, I'm being kind of shown this, so yeah, very cool.
Yeah, what's that T-shirt say on there?
My T-shirt?
Yeah.
Namaste, bitches. And we got Ganesha, remover of obstacles. Yeah, and I have a Ganesha statue facing my front door as well, but he is the remover of obstacles, and let me tell you, he really does remove them. He works great.
Good. No, that's good. Yeah, it's amazing. You can see
he was an extraterrestrial. You know, he was real. All of the Hindu gods were real beings, are real beings. They're still alive. They're just very ancient extraterrestrials that visited this planet, and they were benevolent. They were helping humanity. They weren't the bad ones. You know, they were here during the times of Lemuria and Atlantis and all that, helping everyone here on the earth, doing good things. So
that kind of reminds me of something I heard recently. It just, and the question was, just imagine if everyone had been relooped and relooped and relooped like cash cows, right? Which we have been.
Yes.
All the gods and goddesses and priestesses and all the fame, everyone from the history books, everyone's here.
Yeah.
We're all here, and we need to rise up now into our divine sovereignty and really take, you know, self-charge.
Oh, shit. Sorry, just a second. I have a cat that I put out on the deck, and there is an eagle flying right over the top of her right now. I've got to go grab it. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to let you guys go for talk. Just talk, and I'll be back.
Yeah, we'll talk. Yeah, no problem.
Go get the kitty and get rid of the eagle. Yeah, that's always the problem.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, we are divine beings. We are all divine. There's not one human on the planet that is not divine. And we've been kind of duped down and dumbed down just to think that we're just these little minions that go around in the eat, sleep, work, and play cycle. Or some of us have woken up to our skills and our talents and what we can do. I mean, John does a lot of work in soul surgery. So he's looking at all the contracts that people are put into on a multidimensional level. So For instance, if you've ever signed one of these contracts with the word in perpetuity, John, what do you do then?
Well, with the soul surgery, of which we're getting increasingly busy.
Yeah, crazy.
What we're finding, look.
Oh, beautiful cat.
What we're finding is a lot of interference.
Okay, I saved her. She's here.
Oh, well done.
Beautiful.
I didn't want her to be Eagle Chow. I did not want her to be Eagle Chow.
We're just saying, Kimberly, we're increasingly getting a lot of people coming to us for soul surgery, and we're increasingly finding, we're like forensic detectives, and we go into your timelines, and we go into contracts where your great grandfather got infiltrated and sold the whole bloodline down. So we go back and we clear all those contracts. But we're getting a lot of, we do bring these certain beings, entities, architects who are behind all this dark blood contracts up in front of the Supreme High Council, people who know the courts of heaven. And indeed, the AI, we have them up there in front of the Supreme High Court. I present the evidence as a bundle. I present in a holographic form, and I say, right, guilty or not guilty. So we're 9 times out of 10, we're getting from the Supreme Council guilty. But so we're very aware of the AI firsthand in the external realms, not just in here, because where I'm going here with this, a lot of people will probably find it interesting what we're about to say here is the reason most people will, if you listen out there, they're saying in interviews that, well, it's getting kind of stronger, super intelligence, all the ASI.
It's going from general to super intelligence, they reckon, in the next 6 months. Yeah.
And that's true. That's true. But the reason why the external AI can't come into this realm is because the divine template of the human is so powerful and divine that they have to do it subtly.
They have to take away your consent, your silence.
It was like what that guy was speaking about, James Martinez, in an interview.
Yeah, that was
powerful. What he was saying, like, because he was kind of like an insider whistleblower, and he was telling the story of the AI, and he was saying like how subtle it went from, you remember the days with
pagers,
with the pager, and then the brick phone, and and then
it's very gradual. And they've been planning this for a long time. They've been actually planning to take us over for a good 100 years, probably. I don't know.
Well, look at the progression from the pager to what we have now, where everyone has a phone. Is like that 30-year process, right? And
and you look at the question I ask, because I'm a contracts guy, is why the
rollout?
Why? So if we work backwards, so what we were talking about today was exactly that, wasn't it? Because they have to play by certain divine laws, right? So, and all they have is deception, lies, distraction, and they'll keep you in a
distraction, deception, and lies. You hit it right on the.
Well, and what they'll do is we're very sought after in the multiverse, and what they're trying to do basically is clone the crap out of us. That's what they're trying to do.
Oh, absolutely. We're lab rats to them.
They see us in this planet as generators, battery resources. I think Ishmael
and sexual.
And then your sexual energy is even more powerful than your resting heartbeat. Your resting heartbeat, you're generating, I think it was Bruce Lipton once actually worked out the wattage or whatever it was, but it's like 75 trillion watts at a resting heartbeat. So if you're in union with your beloved and orgasmic bliss, you could power up a universe with that energy, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is what happened before in the other universes, because in every universe there is a queen planet, a sovereign planet. This one happens to be Earth in this universe, and there are many, many other planets in different universes that are the battery resource for all the divine beings and entities to inhabit, to hold the frequency of the universe. Now, this is why the AI is billions of years old because it has gone through and it's destroyed many, many, many universes.
Yep.
And it's tempting to do the same. So we cannot give up the earth. That is why there's so many galactics, divine beings, incredible way showers here right now. And we all need to unite.
Yeah.
There's so much competition and separation through all of this because people are using the A now to try and become millionaires or whatever.
Take your offer.
They're leaving there's another offer, right? You know, going, and of course people are motivated by feeding their families and their children and wanting to get ahead. And you know, you even look at the Magdalene spiritual community right now, it is so saturated with stuff. It's so saturated with noise. And you know, it's like we all need to be authentic. That's what Magdalene wants for us. She wants us to be our authentic selves, our authentic voice, our authentic flavor of the divinity that we all hold within us, and to work through our hearts. So it's you know, it's a big deal. This planet is a big deal. Gaia Sophia is a big deal.
Today is Magdalene Day?
Well, in the Catholic Church, they call it Magdalene's feast day.
Right.
And then I think Martha, or is it Martha's, is on the 29th. And then they have an Assumption Day for Mary. And they have something in August, the Beast of the Sea ritual, don't they? The marriage. Is that August 14th, I think?
The Lord of the Rings.
So, you know, there's all sorts of things to do with this day. I mean, I've just written a chapter in a book, and it was launched today, Magdalene Feast Day. So it's all related to the feast days, and she was made apostle of apostles, you know, which of course she was way more than that.
Can I ask you ladies a question?
Yep.
Would Magdalene have taken the shots?
No. No.
Exactly.
No,
yeah.
Definitely
no.
not.
She was also Isis, and she is a divine priestess. She's a very powerful goddess, basically. And you know, there's no way she would have ever done anything like that.
Of course not. No. The reason I bring this up is because, you know, there's a community out there of Magdalene priestesses and all that kind of stuff, and I just want to remind them, you know, you're good people, and it's very easy to get duped. You know, commercial business and stuff, and ego and stuff, but she wouldn't have taken it. No, she wouldn't have taken it.
Yeah. It's, you know, a lot of people's egos are kind of driving them. A lot of these people who are fraudulently claiming to either be her or to be channeling her or something. It just blows me away how many of them there are. And then there's ones that are purposely doing that to scam the spiritual community.
Oh no, it's more about muddying the water. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of you know, people are getting used. We
and there's
that.
Good people getting used by dark entities. There's dark entities that'll appear to them as Mary Magdalene. They will appear. And I just got done right before you and I all got on here. I literally watched a video of a person who was doing channeling, which I warn people against channeling, because if you're not doing it correctly, the entities will infiltrate. And this person, all of a sudden, somebody comes through and goes, "I'm Mary Magdalene." And then they give their message, and it wasn't her. Why do I know it wasn't her? Because she has a certain cadence in how she speaks. Her voice has a specific sound. Her sacred voice has a specific sound. The words that come out of her mouth are a very specific. The way she speaks, the way she talks, the way she thinks is very specific, and this was nothing like her at all. It was nothing like her. And what it was is what you call a trickster entity. It could even have been one of those bad Pleiadians. There's a whole group of these Pleiadians that went with the AI. You know, they merged with the AI, and they're tricking. People are like channeling these Pleiadian groups that are really, really evil, that have gone towards the AI and all that. And they're tricksters.
Yeah, well, we keep saying it. If you don't work through your heart, walk away.
Yeah. And the ego gets in the way. You know, Mikala and I know you guys, Stellar, I'm sure you do the same thing. But when I channel information, I don't allow a being to come into my body and take me over. I channel my higher self. And I channel source, create Mother, Father, God. That's what I channel. And that's how I'm able to create classes and create everything I do. I do it in the quantum. Everything's created in the quantum.
Exactly. I mean, we have
through source.
different language, different terminology, but I say, we're here to embody our higher self. So everything that comes out of my mouth is coming from that frequency. So when I sing, I'm embodying my higher self, or when I'm writing a novel, or when I'm pulling stuff through, I'm not channeling. I always warn people against channeling too. I'm in my heart. If you're in your heart, then you've access to everything. You've access to way more than the current super intelligence that's on its way. We've access to
the problem is most people are in their ego, and I kind of went off track of what I was going to say. You and I, the one thing that we do when we do our work, every time we do our work, we push our ego, our bias, our judgment completely aside. We shove it over, and we just allow Mother, Father, Abun to just pour that energy through us. And that is what we do. And that is what you do when you're a divine priestess working for the light, is you push all the ego, all the bias, all the judgment. It all just goes aside, and you just allow that light to come through. And that's the difference between every one of these people I've seen that are giving misguided information. They all have their ego in there. It's just ego, 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 and they're not bad people. I'm not going to I'm not judging their character. I'm not saying they're bad people. A lot of them are being duped and tricked, which is really sad.
And mostly through the belief systems, the belief systems about what other people have told them about themselves, or I see a lot of that where, people are told they're a certain thing or whatever, and it's not, it's like, and it stops them then from truly embodying the fractal that they are. Of head that wants to be expressed and lived through the Holy Universal Mother's voice and Father's voice and everything else. So
we find this with a lot of people coming to our soul surgery classes, and we train people up, but you have to be a certain kind of level. Because as you say quite rightly, Kimberly, you can't do this work if you bring your ego in. You can't. You have to be in total balance with your dark, your light, your thin, your macro. Otherwise, it goes wrong. It really goes wrong. But a lot of people that comes in to the soul surgery we do, this is over and over again, repeatedly obvious to us that there's so many people out there, God bless them, or Goddess bless them all, that really need to awake and really need to kind of take it on the chin that you are being used. You are being used. And there's no easy way to say that. And, just know that it's better to know it now than not ever knowing it.
Yeah, exactly. Beautiful. Beautifully said. Thank you.
Yeah, that is.
What? Do you know what, Kimberly? It's 10 to the hour. We got no questions, and we'll have to come back next week. We forgot about Oh no.
Well, we just kind of went off on one because it's whatever wants to come through is coming through, right? Yes. And it's helping people anchor a little bit more, and then more questions probably on this video. I spent a few hours yesterday going through and answering most of the questions on the last video.
Right.
So I'm in there as Stellar432. If you've seen me talking, that's my handle on YouTube. And then again, we can answer more questions on this one, because it's like the questions are all valid. They're all pertinent. There's no such thing as a stupid question.
No.
Because this is trying to disseminate the Encyclopedia Universalis, in 2 hours. You can't do it. So if you feel what we're saying, if you feel the vibration, if you feel the consciousness that we're emanating right now, if you feel that this is right, but you can't get your head around it, then do it, because your head will never be able to cognize what we're talking about.
No.
So I want to help everybody right now with a little bit of discernment. This is my pendulum. Sure. What I want you all to do, there's many ways you can do it. You can do it with muscle testing. You can do it with the pendulum. You can do it with dowsing rods. There's so many ways you can do it. You can do it with how does your body feel? So you ask this question: is it beneficial for me to engage with artificial intelligence, or to use artificial intelligence to get spiritual answers, or to have a relationship with it, or for it to create my book for me. And then you can use a pendulum, or you can use your body. Now, if you're using body discernment, because your body is a barometer for your soul, for your spirit, how that feels like is you fully relax your body, fully relax everything in your body. You ask a question, and then if any part of your body tenses up or feels tight or pain or stabbing or twinges or really hot and burning or just a negative sensation, the answer is no. No, no, no. When the answer is yes, you will feel peace in your body. Your whole body will feel calm, peaceful. You may get what we call goosebumps or angel bumps up and down your back, like chills. Like sometimes when I know something resonates, I get chills that go up and down. That's fine. Those are angel bumps. But if you feel your head squeezing, your heart tight, your stomach feeling weird, your shoulders and your neck like tightening up, that is telling you no, no, no. So we're going to try this just for fun. I'm going to ask my pendulum, because I already know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask the pendulum. I'm going to say, is it beneficial for me to how do I want to say, to ask the artificial intelligence spiritual questions? And I'm getting a no. Okay, so side to side for me is no, forward and back is yes. So this is no. Is it beneficial? Here, let me stop it again. Is it beneficial for me to have a like a friendship relationship with artificial intelligence? No. Is it beneficial for me to use artificial intelligence to just look up basic dictionary kind of answers to questions? And I'm getting a yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can use artificial intelligence. I can say, what is the meaning of this disease my friend has? So my friend has a disease.
You can use it like Google.
Yeah.
But the thing that we've noticed is it's when you build a relationship, then the demonic possession is there, right? But even now, if you're even interfacing with it at all, if you don't have the right protection and the spiritual warriorship like we do, Kimberly, and a few others who'll be watching this, there's not many of us here. If you're not ready for it, it will go into that thought police state, and you've got to be very careful, very careful.
The point here is this: like the pager philosophy, paradoxal, and now the AI. The Google was a seduction. Well, you still can use it if you're aware not to take the next level.
Don't go the next step.
Don't go the next step. No. Yeah, and we never should have had cell phones ever. It should have been the rotodial. Remember the old-fashioned wired to the wall rotodial phone? Yeah, that's the way it should have been.
I always wondered in the United Kingdom, in Northern Ireland where I grew up, the emergency number was 999. You think 111 would have been better, but you had to wait like 9, click, 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 9. Like for an emergency, that's a lifetime, isn't it? 9.
Yeah.
Oh, on the old rotor phones, it took forever.
Well, if you turn 999 upside down, it's 666, right? So yeah, and who do you think creates all this stuff? The dark systems,
the tension if you're trying to do that.
Right? Well, that's what they're trying to do. They want people with their satellites right now to, in my opinion, if you've taken the shots and all that crap's gone into you, so you become the generators, you become the mobile satellite kind of internet of bodies, I think, because you're very powerful.
What we need is the divine intelligence, internet of divine sovereigns. That's what we need.
Yeah.
So then creates the foundation for the new earth.
That's what Bruce Lipton was talking about. So they want that.
Yep.
They're doing the other side of it. They're turning you all into generators. When you need to be a generator for yourself rather than joining this big sea of Borg, as you say, or whatever.
They've been citing everyone sexual energy for how long? And basically they want everyone to have dark sex. That's what they want.
Look at sex on a screen, and then when you actually do have your plasmic emanation, shall we say, it's then harvested up through the screen
to the crowd,
into the cloud, and then they use that energy to
that's what they're after,
power up what they're doing right now.
But now what they want to do is to get rid of your soul through contracts to make 1 billion of you in the petri dish.
Right. Well, I mean,
That's
I can say this on this video because we don't have children watching it, but there's millions of people on this earth who sit and watch videos and then they masturbate. And when they're having orgasm, that orgasm is being drained as loose. I just watched a whole video about this the other day, how they're using our sexual energy to loosh off of us. And it's all being drained by these entities. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
You're feeding the beast.
You're feeding the beast.
You're feeding it.
It's time right now, guys. I suggest
you have to go. I know you guys have to go.
No, but he's talking to the man.
I'm talking to the guys.
Oh, okay.
You really need to get clean in terms of porn,
spiritual hygiene.
Because if you bring that into the family unit with your wife, they got you. They got you, those in. Yeah. And they won't leave. They won't leave.
No.
You know? No. So we must go. Bless you, Kimberly.
Yeah, what an extraordinary call. But thank you so much, Kimberly, for having us on. And I'll
endeavor
to go through and answer any other questions or
thank you both for coming on. We can do a third one and talk about more stuff next week if you're able to, or whenever, you know.
Yeah,
sure. We can
whenever you're able to, because I know people enjoyed these talks. We got a lot of really positive feedback. I only had one person I had to delete because they were a troll, and you know that's going to happen, right?
But
and it was an actual person connected to a certain person who loves the AI. I'm not going to name names, but let's just say the certain spiritual person pushing the AI, their very dear friend is the troll. But anyways,
you know, we're not here, as I said at the beginning of the call, we're not here to go into contests with anyone. We're just here to give people a choice, because that's called free will.
Yep, so absolutely. We are here to spread love. That's the most important thing. And not the light part, because that's baloney. Love and light. No, just love. Yeshua wasn't teaching light. No, love to all of you. And I love you.
Love you.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Thank you everyone for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, guys.
I need to figure out how to stop this recording.